So you click into this thinking, oh, this guy's an atheist. Well, sadly, it's not a fact, and it's not the point of this video. My point is simple. Perfection is just a concept created by humans, nothing more. In both biblical sense and scientific sense, it is simply not possible. Quote from a Chinese passage named Incomplete the Moon. We believe the concept of incompleteness is not only acceptable, but also beautiful by itself. Everything in nature, guess what? They all have flaws inside of them, born within them, unable to get rid of them. All planets and stars are not a perfect circle, even the moon, even the earth. The world is made to be imperfect. Perfection is just a concept we humans created for making us strive to improve, driven by the desire to reach that so-called destination. But there will never be perfection. In China, there is an idiom meaning the flowers are blooming and the moon is full. It's a positive idiom, praising the environment to be beautiful. And the author is making reference of it. Quote from the passage. I start to understand that flower blossoming is just a natural event. I learn to embrace the normality that is the withering of the bloom and the waning of the crescent. That is why we should embrace the imperfection that is us. Only aiming for the perfection all the time is nearly impossible. Instead, embrace your imperfect side because you're still beautiful, like the waning crescent, like the flower not yet blossomed. Strive to be better, but not perfect. According to the Bible, God uses part of Him to create humans. That means only part of us resembles Him. So we're a mixture of the concept of perfection and human imperfection, which still means imperfection. In science, an interesting theory of entropy can prove my point of view. Entropy means a measure of the amount of energy which is unavailable to do work. For example, we turn the moving energy of the wind turbines to electricity, but there will always be a loss of energy that cannot be turned to the proper form of the energy we need. We call that entropy. The theory indicates that, in a closed system, if there is no external energy injected to help fight the designated increase of entropy, then all the energy within the system will become entropy, rendered useless. The universe is a closed system, and the black holes are the epitome of entropy. So does that mean that the world and the universe are all worthless and not beautiful just because they are not perfect and not internal? I think not. I'm not a scientist, don't come for me. Look, if you seek perfection too much, falling apart you will be. This video's audio is bad. This video quality is bad. I look bad. The lighting is bad. My English is bad. The list could go on. Of course, you have to not be ashamed of your imperfections. For me, if I don't do that, I would not even have started this channel to begin with. The so-called positive movement has their own advantages. Not being depressed or overwhelmed by your seemingly imperfect traits. But that comes with its own consequences as well. Being not good enough and not moving forward is completely different than holding an optimistic view about yourself. Ignoring areas you could improve on, using this video as an excuse to convince yourself that imperfections can be improved ever so slightly is not it, okay? A delicate balance is required between feeling optimistic about your own imperfections or feeling the need to improve. You need both, otherwise you may just end up not moving forward or becoming too much of a perfectionist, which, as I discussed in the earlier parts of my video, is not good. A Chinese tale entails, before there were skies and ground, the male gods were responsible for making the skies and the female gods worked to make the ground. But girls were too hardworking that they made too much earth. So the gods thought of a solution, folding some of the earth to match the sky. That is the origin of mountains and ridges. I hope you can learn something from this beautiful tale and this not so palatable video. See you next time!